There are names in this world that should never be spoken aloud, not because they're forgotten, not because they're unimportant, but because speaking them invites consequences. In the underworld, there's a saying, a name is a debt is a death. And somewhere in Prague, in a building that doesn't exist on any map, there's a man who remembers them all. They call him the Keeper. Picture this, a narrow street, cobblestones slick with rain, the kind of rain that washes blood into the gutters without anyone noticing. The city sleeps, but the underworld never does. It just waits. Inside a forgotten bookshop, the kind tourists walk past without a second glance, there's a door. Behind the door, a staircase. And at the bottom of those stairs, past locks that would make a bank vault jealous, sits a room. No windows, no phones, just shelves, endless shelves of books. But not the kind you'd find in a library. These books contain names, contracts, markers, every deal ever made in the Continental system, every blood oath sworn, every life traded for another. All of it written in ink that never fades, on pages that never age. And the man who guards them? He's older than you'd think. Thin fingers, gray hair pulled back tight, eyes like frozen rivers. You can see through them, but you'd freeze if you fell in. His name was erased from the system 40 years ago. A ghost who tends to ghosts. They say he knew John Wick once, before the legend, before the Baba Yaga. Back when John was just a kid with too much anger and not enough sense, the Keeper saved his life. Once, and John never forgot. It's 3:47 a.m. when the door opens, no knock, no warning, just the click of a lock that shouldn't have opened. The Keeper doesn't look up from his desk. He's writing, always writing, recording, preserving. Because if the names are lost, the system collapses. Chaos, anarchy. "You're early," he says, his voice like gravel wrapped in velvet. A shadow steps into the light, black suit, white shirt, no tie, but it's not John. It's a woman, mid-30s, dark hair braided tight against her scalp, scar running from her left temple to her jaw, the kind you earn, not the kind you're born with. Her eyes are green, cold green, emerald ice. She carries a single red rose. The Keeper's hand stops moving. "No," he whispers. "Yes," she replies. She sets the rose on his desk. It's wilted, dying, but unmistakable. A blood marker, not hers and his. 43 years ago, the Keeper made a promise. He helped a young assassin escape Moscow when the Ruska Roma wanted her dead. She was 17, pregnant, desperate. He got her out. In return, she gave him a marker. One day, she said, "You'll need something impossible, and I'll make it possible." Then she vanished. The Keeper assumed she was dead. Most people who run from the high table don't last long. But here stands her daughter, and she's holding her mother's debt. "My name is Ivara," she says, "and I need you to erase someone." The Keeper shakes his head slowly. "I don't erase, I preserve." "You preserve lies," Ivara counters. "The whole system is built on them. You know it, I know it, and the name I want erased, it's the biggest lie of all." She slides a photograph across the desk. A man, silver hair, immaculate suit, smile like a knife. The Keeper's breath catches. "Alexei Volkov," he whispers. "You know him." Everyone knows him. He sits on the high table, untouchable. Ivara's smile is sharp enough to cut glass. "My mother died 3 weeks ago, cancer. Before she went, she told me the truth. Volkov didn't earn his seat, he bought it. With blood that wasn't his to spend. He framed 12 people for crimes they didn't commit. Had them executed, took their territory, their power, their names." She leans forward. "One of those 12 was my father." The Keeper sits back in his chair. Outside, Prague is waking up. Coffee shops opening. Trams rattling down wet streets. Normal people living normal lives. Down here, there's only the truth, and the truth is a loaded gun. If I do this, the keeper says slowly, if I erase Volkov's name from the records, the high table will know. They'll come for me, for you, for everyone who ever helped us. I know. You'll start a war. Good. The keeper studies her, really looks at her, and he sees it, the same fire that burned in her mother, the same reckless, beautiful fury. Your mother was my friend, he says quietly. I don't have many of those left. Then honor her, Ivarra replies. Help me burn down the lie that killed her family. Silence. Then the keeper stands. 3 days, he says. I'll need 3 days to prepare. The records are layered, protected. Erasing a high table member isn't like deleting a file. It's surgery. One wrong move and the whole system notices. Ivarra nods. 3 days. She turns to leave. Ivarra. She stops. John Wick owes me a marker too. If this goes wrong, I'm calling it in. Her smile is sad, knowing. If this goes wrong, she says, we'll all be dead before you can make the call. The next 72 hours are a symphony of tension. The keeper works in silence. His fingers fly across keyboards that shouldn't exist, accessing systems that were supposed to be sealed. He navigates through 50 years of blood contracts, criminal genealogies, coded transactions. Every high table member has a file. Every file has secrets. But Volkov's file is different. It's too clean. No messy contracts, no questionable alliances, just success after success, rising through the ranks like smoke. The keeper digs deeper, and that's when he finds it. A ghost entry, buried beneath layers of encryption, 12 names and 12 executions, all on the same night, all authorized by someone whose signature was forged. And the forger was Volkov. But there's more. One of the 12 names jumps out. Mikhail Petrov, Ivarra's father. But next to his name is another entry. A guardian. A witness who was supposed to testify on his behalf. The name makes the keeper's blood run cold. Jardani Jovanovich. John Wick's real name, before he became the Baba Yaga, before the legend. John knew Ivarra's father. The keeper makes the call. 3 rings, then a voice. Rough, tired, haunted. I'm retired. It's about Mikhail Petrov. Silence, long and heavy and thin. Where? John arrives at sunrise. He looks older. The beard is grayer, the eyes are harder. But the walk is the same. That perfect predatory grace. The keeper meets him at the door. You know why I called? John nods once. Mikhail saved my life in Budapest, 1997. I was supposed to testify for him when the table came, but I got detained. By the time I got free, he was already dead. Volkov framed him. I know. His daughter is here. She wants revenge. John's jaw tightens. How old? 33. She was 4 when he died. Yes. John closes his eyes. When he opens them, something has shifted. The retired man is gone. The weapon remains. Where is she? They meet in the archive. Ivarra stands among the shelves, reading her father's file. When she sees John, her hand moves to her gun. Easy, the keeper says. John holds up his hands. Your father was a good man. I failed him. Ivarra's eyes narrow. You're John Wick. I am. My mother told me about you. The Baba Yaga, the man who killed his way out of the impossible. She steps closer. Can you do it again? I'm retired. So was my father. Before they murdered him. The words hang in the air like smoke. John looks at the keeper. You erased Volkov? Not yet. I need confirmation. If I delete a high table member's file without cause, we all die. But if I can prove he forged his position, the table might sanction it, John thinks. Then, where's Volkov now? Vienna, high table summit, 3 days. Then we have time. Ivara's voice cuts through. Time for what? John turns to her, and for the first time she sees something in his eyes that isn't cold. It's something worse. It's understanding. Time, John says quietly, to make him confess. They move like shadows through Vienna. 3 people who shouldn't exist hunting a man who shouldn't be alive. The keeper provides the blueprint, the layout of the summit, the security, the exits. Ivara provides the rage, the drive, the unshakable conviction. And John provides what he's always provided: violence, precision, inevitability. They corner Volkov in his hotel room. 3 a.m. No bodyguards, no witnesses. Just an old man in silk pajamas staring at the ghost of his past. Mikhail Petrov, John says. Volkov's face drains of color. You remember that name? Ivara asks. He tries to speak. Can't. The keeper steps forward. We have the records, the forgeries, the executions, all of it. You can't prove... We don't need to, John interrupts. We just need you to say it, on camera. Ivara holds up her phone. Volkov looks at each of them, calculating, weighing options. Then he smiles. You kill me, the table hunts you all. Forever. Maybe, John says, but you'll be dead. And my father, Ivara adds, will have justice. Volkov's smile fades, and he talks. 3 days later, a file is uploaded to the high table's secure network. Video, audio, confession, Alexei Volkov, admitting to 12 murders, 12 forgeries, 12 stolen lives. By noon, his seat is empty, and by nightfall, his name is erased. Not from the keeper's books, those are permanent, but from the table's memory, as if he never existed at all. Ivara stands in her mother's gravesite. Fresh flowers, old grief. Did it help? John asks, standing a few feet behind her. She doesn't turn around. Does it ever? No, but we do it anyway. She finally looks at him. Why'd you help me? John is quiet for a long moment. Because, he says finally, your father deserved better than to die a liar's death, and because I know what it's like to lose everything and burn the world looking for answers. Did you find them? No, but I found peace. Where? John looks at the grave, at the flowers, at the name carved in stone. In knowing that some debts get paid. Back in Prague, the keeper adds a new entry to his books. Ivara Petrov, daughter of Mikhail, collector of debts. Next to it, a single note. Marker cleared, balance restored. He closes the book. Outside, the rain continues to fall, washing blood into the gutters, while the underworld sleeps with one eye open, waiting, always waiting, because there are names in this world that should never be spoken aloud, and some names are worth dying for.